And I've only recently restarted using LinkedIn as a digital marketing platform, because for a long time it was the one social media platform I didn't use to do anything with Red Knight Solutions, because it's also where I was linked into a lot of recruiters and stuff like that for my interim role. So I've really only started using this in anger for the last kind of 6 weeks as part of sort of digital marketing. So I thought it'd be interesting just to share what I found interesting in it, and go through it, and share it with you, and then you can tell me other stuff that you found interesting, and also whether you comment on this. Hopefully I'm going to share with you a few things that you didn't know about. So to start with, I thought I'd just talk to you about analytics. I don't know how well you're aware that LinkedIn does have analytics, so you can see stuff. So from your homepage on LinkedIn on the desktop, and it is available on the mobile app in a different way. This section here underneath your main profile, it now shows you some analytics. So you can see profile viewers, and you can also see post impressions. So I quite like post impressions, always competitive, and it's the usual sort of thing, typical sort of thing. That you can see how many post impressions you've had over the last week. So this is all part about just being able to see it. And if you click into it, then you get some pretty graphs, and you can play around with what you're looking at and the duration that it shows it on. So I quite like that, quite like this, and it's always good to keep an eye on what you're doing and how your posts are performing. And then further down, you can actually see which posts are doing what, how well it's done. So it's quite good to have all this in one place. This is the post I did on Friday. I'm going to click into it because I don't know if it shows the post or not, but this is quite a good post to demonstrate. Obviously, one of the things we all want to do is increase visibility. And this is a post I just did. It's kind of like what I did in the week. I've got a feeling, Steve, you do this quite regularly. So I nicked it as an idea. Just to do it. But what's quite good about it is I've tagged people and companies that I've worked with through here, which one makes them more aware of it, so they will see it, and with a bit of luck, right, they then interact with it. So you either get some kind of, here we have the kind of typical reactions, and then you can start some conversations. So that's a really good way, and quite an easy way of actually starting to generate some visibility and interactions, because LinkedIn has got an algorithm just like everything else, that's all about increasing your visibility, and that's a good way of triggering it, because by getting people to react, it then sort of makes LinkedIn go, oh, people are interested in your post. So that's a little tip. Now this is a section that appeared that I only came across yesterday, that in the analytics it has conversations happening now, and this shows you a small sample of posts that LinkedIn picks up that is relevant to you. And it actually is encouraging you to repost them and add comments to it. So again, that is actually helping you to create some content, because if you're struggling, but it's going, here's a post you might want to either comment on or actually repost, and then sort of add comments to make it your own post as well. So that's quite a good way of doing it. And then down here, it didn't work. So
Rob,
you can add, yeah.
Rob, can you just show us where you got to that conversation?
I certainly can. Okay, so if you go back to your homepage, hang on, here, right, on the desktop, in the left-hand corner here, right, under analytics. So I just press post impressions, and then scroll down, and there's conversations happening now. Now, you may have to turn on creator mode for that. I'm not sure. Okay. Yes. If you haven't got it and you haven't turned creator mode on, then I'll do a bit of research for it on how to do that. And I will also then do a bit of research about how you can turn creator mode on, because I can't remember how to do it. It's somewhere in the settings somewhere. Does that help, Steve?
Yeah, it does, because I don't have creator mode on, so I can't see it. So I think you're right. What I've got is ideas for your next post.
Oh, okay.
And then I've got a whole lot of links about subjects. For me, obviously, it's about training and skills.
Okay, so there's something similar there, but it's different because I've got creator mode turned on.
Thank you.
Rob, can I just ask, is this different if you're on paid LinkedIn as opposed to just the free version?
Honest truth, I don't know. I've never used the paid version. I imagine
Okay,
this.
so
I
that's
imagine
answered that. Then you're getting all this on the not paid version.
Yeah. So this, I should have said that. This
question.
this is all free. Right.
Right.
Everything I'm going to show you is free.
Okay.
All right. So that's that bit. I'm just going over to my PowerPoint slides. Okay, right. That's it. So the next bit I was going to show you that I quite like is the notification button on people's profiles. I don't know if you're aware of this. So I'm just going to search for Penny. I've already previously done search. And I should say, in all of this, I haven't actually done anything about the search function, but search is pretty powerful in the free one, and it's very powerful in the paid one. But play around with search another day. But these are just some simple tips. So here's Penny. All right. So obviously, I sort of Penny and I do some work, so I like to follow what she's doing. And I don't know if you're aware of the little notification button that's here. All right. So if you want to know more about what somebody is doing, so it might be that you're just interested in them because you're a friend and you want to be able to see when posts appear, or you can use it if they are somebody who's an expert in your field and you want to see their posts, or if they're working for a company or they're a person that you are interested in trying to connect with because you might want to be able to do some business with them, then turning on this notification button is really useful, because what then happens is every time they post, you get a notification in the top right hand in the notification area. So if I click on this, my notifications, you will see, look, Steve, I'm following you, mate. All right. So one of the reasons why I was slightly late to the meeting was I got distracted when I did this, clicked on Steve's post there, which is an interesting post about cameras and lenses, and then got caught up because, hey, I put a comment on it. So it's quite a good way of building relationship with people or following people, or if you're looking to follow, just support people. So as part of my role as digital marketer, I quite like to support people I'm networking with. Hence why you'll see that I do try and comment on everyone's posts. So if I just go back to Penny, but that's how really I think really useful. Another really useful function that LinkedIn provides is the ability to request I don't want to use the right term here, a recommendation, which is effectively a testimonial from clients that you've worked for. So again, what you have to do is, if you go to that person's profile page, click on the More button, and then if you see here, there's a request a recommendation. Okay, so you fill it in. All right. Basically, what you have to say is, what's your relationship? So something should be Penny is a customer of mine, something like that. I can't see at the moment, so I was going to sneakily do this. My brain hurts. What's gone wrong here? Hang on. Let's do that again. Nothing like doing a live demonstration and not being prepared for it.
No worries, you've got a client of Penny's was
yeah, okay, we can do it both ways. I'm going to do your client and mine as well. Penny, I'm going to put Penny as a client of yours, so I'm going to ask you for a recommendation for me. All right. So you see, it's got a just, that's a default thing, but you might say love recommendation about how I helped you with your digital marketing. All right. Thanks. And what will happen now is Penny will get a message in her LinkedIn area that says Rob's asked for a recommendation with a link on it. She can then give that a recommendation back to you if she wants to, or she can just ignore it. But once you get that, then if I just go back to my profile, view profile, hit the big button that says view profile. What happens is you then get the testimonial back, and you get the choice of whether or not to display it on your profile. So I'm just going down here because Morale has just given me a testimonial for the work I've just done for her on her digital marketing strategy. And then you can then lift that out if you want and make other posts about it as well. So I'm just going to open another page, because another function that I don't know if you're aware of, I'm just going to copy the URL from where I've put it somewhere else, is LinkedIn's social selling index. Have you seen that before? It's basically LinkedIn's attempts, kind of a bit of gamification about how you're doing. All right. So if you just Google LinkedIn social selling index, I'll share this URL in the chat. And then you just go to it, click this get your score. And what LinkedIn does is give you a score out of 100 about how it thinks you're doing and making use of it. And that's based up of 4 components, right? One is about establishing your brand, finding the right people, engaging with insights, and building relationships. And you get a score out of 25. It also gives you a bit of a feeling about how you are doing on LinkedIn against both your industry, your network, and then some other bits about it. So it's not a big thing, but it's quite nice to look at. And you think, so it gives you a hint that maybe I could do a bit more about finding the right people. So a bit more about networking. But it clearly thinks I'm pretty good at building relationships at the moment, so that's quite good. So that gives you a bit of I think it's a bit of fun to kind of check on that every so often, and you think it's a bit of a prompt as well.